Hello crafty friends, Amanda here with Crafting with Amanda, and this month a friend of mine, Lorna, and I are trying to begin a monthly campaign of using up one of our older paper kits. This month she chose Aspin papers, so she went in and grabbed all of her leftovers, I went in and grabbed my leftovers, and what you see on my desk is all that I have left over from it. I went into my stash of retired cardstocks and I don't have Twilight or Creme Brulee, but we're going to work around that. So in my quest to get going here, I pulled these photos out from eons ago. This was before kids. And I would golf with these amazing women. And then over the winter, we would get together still once a week and play cards. And we would do that at the township. Well, the township basement was a little cold, so it was my birthday and I invited anybody that wanted to come over and play cards to our house. So that's what we did, and they surprised me. They brought gifts. I didn't tell them it was my birthday directly. That's not why I sent the invite out. It was just one of those that the house was clean, the Christmas tree was up, so why not have people over? And it was a lot of fun. So I have these photos and I'm trying to decide if they will work on White Daisy or if they need to be matted with White Daisy. And that was just too stark for me, especially with the white, snowy kind of background. And our walls were a really light peachy pink color. So again, the white was kind of just washed out. So because I didn't have any Creme Brulee cardstock, I went ahead and use the back of one of the pattern papers, again using up some of those papers to create this layout. And I'm just auditioning the photos. I know that I want to add the names because, you know, unfortunately some of these ladies are no longer with us in this world, and I don't want to lose their names. I have forgotten the one gal's last name, but all the rest of them I remembered. And like I said, this was before kids, so 20 plus years ago. Now this is my trick when I have photos laid out just as I want, how I want them, is I use the Versamat to kind of hold them down. But as you saw, some of the paper slid when I moved it, and so I just took the photos off that had slid, and I will add those in later. So this way I can use my photos, I can kind of place all the under stuff and figure out how, you know, what direction I want this layout to go in. I knew that I needed to add some red in this because three of the ladies in the bottom corner are all with red sweaters, and so Aspin doesn't have any red that in its embellishments. There are some on the sticker sheet, but because I'm gonna use the birthday theme for this versus a Christmas theme, I needed to figure out another way to incorporate red, and I do that nicely. So when I was pulling my stash of retired cardstock colors, I did bring in some cranberry along with outdoor denim and bamboo, because those are the colors in this paper pack. And here I kind of left this in because I don't normally struggle with this. On Thursdays I do a Zoom with my crafty friends and we just sit and craft together. Well, when I try to do layouts that I'm recording or cards that I'm recording, I tend to get distracted and not think. So I left this in here just to show you kind of different ways that you too can figure out how to get all these photos together when they're, I don't know, kind of, they're separated so they're not all matted. It's not like one easy sheet to do. I thought that I needed a frame around this, and you can see I was trying to bring that cranberry piece in, and it's just not, I wasn't feeling it. So then I'm taking this dark blue piece with the snowflakes on it, and I'm thinking I'm going to cut a banner on the right hand side, and then I was bringing in some stripes to kind of be a background for that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that banner in, and I'm just eyeballing it that I'm going to take 3/4 of an inch off and then cut my banner. And again, I was watching my footage and I got distracted, and so on the camera you see me holding my scissors in one hand and kind of waving them at the paper, and I must be telling a story or listening to a story or something on Zoom. So I cut all that out. Once we get here to the center and I go to flip it over, then I literally start waving my scissors at the camera. So I got that end clipped, and then I was realizing that I wanted to bring in some more of that creme brulee, again, just kind of layering of some pattern papers underneath. It's funny, 6 months ago, even a year ago, but even 6 months ago, I felt really, it was a challenge to do layers like this. I couldn't wrap my head around it. And now it's just kind of second nature. It's just one of those things that the more you practice, the more you do, the more you can do, and the better you get at things. So I strongly encourage you to find somebody that does something that you like and practice what they did, and then you too will get better at it, because that's exactly what I did. Is I found other YouTube people that were great at doing layers. MK Gunn was one of them, and so with her doing those layers, I just kind of tried to emulate what she was doing. There were others out there as well, and now I feel like I can kind of do it on my own. So here I cut out the word happy with 2 layers of cardstock, and then I also cut out this banner from that thin cut, and this is an old retired thin cut set that I didn't even know I had until I was cleaning my studio this week, and I finally am able to unpack more of my stuff and get into some of my older supplies and my tools, and it was kind of fun. I just found all of the rest of my embossing powders, so that's why I decided, I think, to do the white birthday here, and I found the box with my old thin cuts in them with the stamp set. So it was just, it's been a fun discovery week. I'm still not done, I have more work to do, but definitely making progress here. So I'm not going to have you watch me move these photos around 16 times to make sure that I have everything in the right place before I decide this is really what I want. So I glued things down. I pulled out these iridescent snowflakes from my embellishments. On Sunday, I will have a video that I show you how I store my embellishments and keep track of them using the stamp envelopes from Close to My Heart, because I double up my stamps. And so if you want to learn more about my organization process in my studio space, check out that video on Sunday. So here I'm doing happy birthday on this nice wintry theme, and from my stash of embellishments I had these Cricut cut balloons, and I actually kind of remember the video that they were from. It was, I want to say, from 2012 or 2013. I was doing some live Facebook videos way back when. It was always when our youngest was taking his afternoon nap. So these are finally getting used up, and I am just thrilled about it. So this helped me bring in some of that red that I needed, and then I brought in some Colonial White tags. And those of you that have been around Close to My Heart for a while remember the color Colonial White. It's kind of that creamy off-white, a little darker creamy than the current French vanilla, but not as creamy as, let's say, a vanilla or a Nilla wafer would be. So with my white gel pen, I'm going to go ahead and add some journaling here. And it basically just says what I told you earlier, that the ladies decided to come over to our house to play cards instead of being in the cold basement of the township hall. And I'm going to add some of these snowflakes just scattered around, so I'm kind of giving honor to the photos and that it's a winter scene, but sparkles are always good at a birthday party, right? So just like my papers and my photos, I like to dry fit things, and I really liked how they looked almost as that accent piece on the balloons. And if you haven't tried this jewel picker from Close to My Heart, I absolutely love it. It's this long pencil, it's waxy. Some people have gone ahead and cut them in half so that they have 4 of them, because they come 2 to a pack. But I just leave it long. I can always find it. It's in my tool caddy. I absolutely love this. So I don't know why, but my glue ended up just, even with me holding it upright, the glue just kept making a bigger and bigger bubble on the top of it. So I end up having to abandon holding the glue because I put such a big dollop on this sequence. So I'm going ahead and pushing the other sequence in it, just using my fingers, and then I will press this last one down. I'm trying to keep it off my hands because I really don't like when I get the sticky gluey hands, but it happens when we're crafting, right? So here's a close-up of the layout. I really enjoyed using these papers. Using more layers uses more of this paper with less being left for me to have to use up before the end of the month, but I know that I can do this. Hopefully you don't get tired of seeing this paper. Have a great day. If you want to connect with me on social media, here's how you can do that. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do that now. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. Every time I get a new subscriber, it truly makes my day. I get a little thrill. Leave a comment, be kind to one another. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.